Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I am AdamMcKola, and it is official that Wout Weghorst has signed for Manchester United. Yes, it is. He has signed on a loan until the end of the season. United have thrashed out that deal with Besiktas and Burnley, which is unusual with a loan deal. Obviously, Wout Weghorst was on loan at Besiktas, where he's enjoyed some fine form for them, scoring 1 in 2, and he's not only played 2 games for the whole season, but that's his average for the season. And of course, he was owned by Burnley, where he's currently on loan from, at Besiktas. Now he's at Manchester United. United had to pay some compensation to Besiktas, which has been thrashed out. We'll discuss that and much, much more. It's the Manchester derby in the morning, so we'll keep this stream locking and rolling right now. And I'm going to go get my phone, because not only was I having a little drink, I was chilling out, maxing, relaxing, not too much taxing. And I don't know where I put my phone. So one sec. There it is. It was in my back pocket. What an idiot I am. So it's Friday night and Wout Weghorst is a Manchester United player. Hope you guys are all doing well. I haven't done a live in an awfully long time, have I? So, yeah, this is weird. Welcome to the show. Official confirmed, says Fabrizio Romano, Wout Weghorst is new Manchester United player on loan from Burnley. I've seen United's progress under Erik ten Hag, said Weghorst. Whatever happens in the next months, I can promise to give my all for the best, all my best to the club for as long as I am here. That's Wout Weghorst. He scored 2 in 20 for Burnley. Now, obviously, that doesn't sound great, does it? When you read that out loud, 2 in 20. But his record for Besiktas is a lot better, and his record everywhere else was a lot better. And while he was at Burnley, he did have a very, very good record in terms of his stats, in terms of pressing and leading from the front. So he was someone that registered high in that. And Erik ten Hag will absolutely love that. I also look at the fact that this is just a temporary signing for Manchester United. If this was a permanent deal, I'd go, oh my God. Probably not. But it's a short-term deal while the Glazers are selling the club. Today we heard the news that we hope within the first quarter of the year that bids will come in and a sale will hopefully be finalised by April for Manchester United. If that's done, then new owners will be in place for the summer transfer window, and we can go and get someone more long-term, you know, more high calibre maybe, and a better player. But for now, in the meantime, I don't think Wout Weghorst is a bad signing at all, especially when you consider he's coming in high off the confidence of the World Cup. You know, I know Holland didn't go through against Argentina, but he was excellent when he came off the bench for them. So with all those things considered, I don't think it's a bad move at all. And whilst I did want João Felix, to be totally honest with you, I really wanted João Felix to come to Man United. Wout Weghorst is probably more of the type of signing that we need, a more all-round number 9 than, you know, a player that just kind of plays off the periphery of the front line and can mix it up. You know, I think João Felix is fantastic, despite getting sent off for Chelsea in his debut. So officially, Wout Weghorst is a red. I see a few people in the comments. John, how you doing, mate? Hope you and Alex are doing well. Saying, is it official? Yes, Manchester United have released this statement. United is pleased to confirm that Wout Weghorst has joined the club on loan from Burnley until June 2023. The Dutch striker has been on loan at Besiktas this season, scoring 9 goals and assisting 4 times in 18 appearances. He has made 414 club appearances in Holland, Germany, England and Turkey, scoring 172 goals. That isn't a bad record at all. He has 19 full international caps for Holland, scoring 5 goals, including 2 at the World Cup. He said, I feel privileged to be joining Manchester United. I've played against the club in the past and it's a fantastic feeling now. Have the chance to pull on the famous red shirt. I've seen United's progress under Erik ten Hag this season and can't wait to start playing my part in pushing the team towards its aims. Whatever happens in the next few months, I can promise to give everything to the club for as long as I'm here. I thank everyone who has played a part in getting me to this stage. So that is what Wout Weghorst has said upon completing his move to Manchester United. United have paid, I'll bring up some pictures on screen as well, a fee of around €3 million to Besiktas to allow this move to happen, and he comes on loan to the club with United paying his wages. Now, let me get this picture up for you guys as well. Get your questions in on Wout Weghorst. I'm a little bit like you guys where I'm a little bit new to this guy. I don't know a whole lot about him, apart from what we've seen at the World Cup and, of course, for Burnley. You know, I've obviously since checked clips of him at Besiktas where he's been a lot better, scoring a lot of goals and looking good. And he looks like the kind of player that can be a threat off the bench. And, of course, you know, you look at someone like Anthony Martial at the minute, injury issues are a problem for him. So with that being said, we need a striker, don't we? Against whoever it was in the cup the other day, Charlton, sorry. No disrespect, I just forgot who we playing. So many games coming thick and fast. Against Charlton in the cup, we obviously saw Elanga playing up top. That's not what we want to see. So yeah, we need a striker. Wout Weghorst is in. He's not going to be available for this game tomorrow, but he'll be available for midweek against Crystal Palace. Martial back in training today. If he starts tomorrow, probably not going to be able to start against Palace. So Wout Weghorst probably be starting there. Look at this. That's the picture that's been released. Wout Weghorst officially signing the deal to bring him to Manchester United. And there he is with Erik ten Hag, our beautiful, bold manager. There he is. What a man. I absolutely adore Erik ten Hag, to be totally honest with you. Cannot wait for the game tomorrow as well. Feel free to get your questions in on that. Let me see if we've got any comments coming in. I know my intro was stuck on repeat. It's because I was getting ready to go live. And as you saw, I wasn't ready because I didn't have my phone. Osimhen's tearing Juve apart, says Knights. Yes, I saw. I haven't seen the game. I've seen his goal on Twitter. Looked like he's a good player. Goal and assist for him today. He's doing really well this season. Going to be linked with a big money move in the summer. And Man United will probably be linked with him then as well. Wouldn't mind us having a punt. Although I'm not going to say he's definitely going to come to United and score loads of goals, because you never know with players. Wout Weghorst come to United, score 20 goals between now and the end of the season, and we could sign him on a permanent, and he's the next, I don't know, whoever. But you never know what could happen. I'm not saying that will happen either. I imagine he'll get about 7-8 goals, and if they're crucial goals, that'll be worth it. Jonas says, welcome to Manchester United, Wout Weghorst. David says, I actually think he will do well and leave United with at least one piece of silverware around his neck. I hope you are right. Ryan says, do you think he will be used as a target man or more to bring Rashford into play? Both is the honest answer. I don't think a striker just has one use. They obviously can with their back to goal, bring others into play, hold the ball up, but also facing goal, getting balls into the box, trying to get them, aerially up against defenders. So yeah, Shahal's in the comments. Daz says the club's a joke. He definitely should have been on the bench tomorrow. Yeah. Luna says astute signing. Weghorst to score the goals that lead us to a first trophy in 5 years, says Ducky, who's confident. I'm not drinking dark fruit. I am drinking a little bit of Johnny Walker. Watch out, Haaland, you're not the top dog anymore, says Yo. So did he sign in time, as I'm sure everyone is asking, says Glenn. He didn't sign in time to be involved tomorrow. Kane's got 18 months left in his contract, says Gamer. Yeah, I think this will become a thing in the summer. I think, especially if you've got new owners and things like that, I think Harry Kane could be someone that we possibly target. I think Kane is obviously a world-class goal scorer. Do I think he's someone we should be going for at this moment in time? Should we be going for a younger one? Someone mentioned Osimhen earlier. You know, maybe. But then Harry Kane could give you 3-4 years of guaranteed goals. Is it, you know? But then he also has injury issues. Is he going to be able to play every game? Do we need another player with injury issues? Hopefully not. Ian says 4th time Marshall has got a mysterious injury just as a new striker signs. Well, his injury, or whatever it was it lack of fitness? Where the manager said it was an injury today, kept him out of training for a couple of days. So he's back in training today. So he's back, as far as we know, in the mix. I remember when we used to sing "Are You Sitting Disguised" final against anyone. Them were the days, says Johnny. Hopefully we'll be singing it tomorrow when we're 5-0 up. Do you feel Pellistri should stay, says Ansham. Now, Pellistri should stay if he's guaranteed minutes. Now, me personally, I think if Ilanga's going to get minutes, Pellistri's probably better placed to get those. He looks like he's a bit more of an exciting, direct talent. But if he's not going to get minutes, then he needs to get them somewhere. And there's been a few interesting loan moves. There was a loan, I think Watford were linked with him. Maybe that could be a move, although they sack managers every 2 minutes, so who knows. Sproston says free Pellistri in there, wanting Pellistri in the team. Would be nice to see. I don't think he's going to start tomorrow, though, and rightly so. And Ahmed says free Palestine. Yes, to both. But do I think he should stay if he's going to get minutes? Shahar says, I thought that's why he isn't getting minutes, because his agent said Pellistri will be leaving the club after the World Cup. Maybe the manager's seen something in training. Seems to be looking to give everybody an opportunity to prove themselves or not. Neil watching from Trinidad and Tobago, thank you very much for tuning in. On the night that we hear that Wout Weghorst is a Red, would you believe it? Signing for Manchester United. And will be available for that Crystal Palace game, interestingly enough. What was the loan fee? I think Simon Stone tweeted it earlier. Loan fee £2.6 million. United paying full wages. No obligation or option to buy as well. So that's that on that. Van der Beek being out for the rest of the season with a knee injury. That's a sad one, isn't it? That's a sad one. Feel for him. You know, I don't. In the game where he played, where he picked up the injury, I thought he was doing all right. Shame that he's now picked up an injury. Just his luck at the moment. The manager says he'll be back for pre-season. He tried to put a positive spin on that, but the player will be gutted. Missing 4 or 5 months of the campaign. Be absolutely gutted, won't he? So yeah, massively disappointed for him. And yeah, hopefully his recovery goes well. Who knows? Maybe we see him towards the end of the season, and you know he can get a few minutes under his belt, and you know take that into pre-season. But yeah, proper gutted for him. That's a bad injury, man. Proper bad injury. So yeah, Diogo Dalot's not available for the game either against Manchester City, which was disappointing. But the form of Aaron Wan-Bissaka recently has been better. So with that being said, maybe you know it's not too bad, but disappointed that he is not going to be in the team. His injury did look like he came off as a precaution, and you know there was a little bit of hope that maybe he'd be fit for the game, but looks like it's coming too soon. Fingers crossed he'll be available for that. Just scrolling through. Yeah, the manager about Martial, he said he trained this morning. We have to wait how he recovered. If he is available, that will be decided tomorrow. Small thing in his leg. So yeah. Wout Weghorst to Manchester United. Get your thoughts in the comments below. Not sure if you like know Spraggy. I know Spraggy, unfortunately. And he's gone and put money on Man United winning the league. Now, I've had a little drink today, but even I'm not there yet. Adam, are you worried about the midfield? Really thin there too, says SK. I agree. This is why when people say we're in the title race, I don't like to jump to that yet. Maybe in March, April. Let's see where we're at. But I just think our squad's so thin. An injury to Casemiro or Ericsson, we're relying on McTominay and Fred again. You know, if Martial or Wout Weghorst now, who are our strikers, get injured, then we've got an issue there. So we're very thin in the squad. Am I worried about that? I'm not worried about that because of the stage that we're at in the development with Erik ten Hag. It's going to take a while to build up the squad and build up the team and get it to where he wants it to be. This is just his first season. So let's see what happens. But yeah, I would be worried if we got an injury. New Gork City says, y'all beat us tomorrow, then United are in the race, hands down. Trouble with that is, even if we beat City now, if we beat City, I'll be giddy and I'll be saying we're in the title race. But reality is that even if we beat City, we could drop points to Palace and Arsenal. You know what I mean? Not to put a Debbie Downer on things. Anything can happen. Do you feel this squad is an upgrade in terms of quality to last season, says Ansham? I think the obvious answer to that is yes. When you've got a touchwood fit Varane, Casemiro in the team, Lissandro Martinez at the back, no Harry Maguire in the starting 11, no McTominay in the starting 11. You've got Rashford on form. When you've got all these things, it's a lot better. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Napoli, is that true? Napoli 5, Juventus 1. Wow. It is. Napoli going 10 points clear at the top of the league, although they played one more game than AC Milan. 5-1. Osimhen with 2. Kvaratskhelia with 1. Rahmani and Almas with 1 as well. But wow. 2 goals and an assist for Osimhen on the night. Is now gone off for Raspadori. But 5-1 to Napoli. They've even brought Tanguy Dembele on. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. I know it's random that I do was the goal stood? Leeds are 2-0 down. I know I very rarely do these things, so it's, yeah. Thank you for tuning in. I have been putting more of an effort into the channel, as you can probably tell. From the start of this year, I've had daily uploads, more than daily uploads. Let's count how many videos I've done so far this year. Done a lot more, that's for sure, anyway. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18 videos already this month. So, I've been putting a little bit more in, haven't I? Hopefully I can keep it up. What's your lot's predicted 11s then for tomorrow? Let's see if I can get one created here for you lot to put on the screen. Get your predicted 11s in those comments below. Obviously, we're hoping Anthony Martial is going to be fit. Who knows about that one? But he's returned to training today. Fortunately, he's made of Weetabix because when he is fit, usually it looks good. Right wing Anthony maybe, who's looked in much better form recently. Scoring in back-to-back games as well. Scored against Manchester City the last time we played against them, which was good. Yeah, Casemiro is obviously going to be in the team. One of the first names on the team sheet. I tell you what's a weird one. Do we play Ericsson or Fred? I think the manager's going to go Fred, He took Fred off early in the last game. And in my head I went, why aren't you taking off? McTominay has been crap. Do you know what I mean? And then I thought, maybe Fred's going to start against Manchester City, because Eriksen's looked a bit lightweight. Look, I think he's fantastic on the ball, but sometimes, in the most robust games, is Eriksen what's needed? We obviously need his quality on the ball, but is he what's needed in terms of that battle, that fight, that scrap in the midfield? I'm not sure Eriksen is what is needed there, and therefore maybe he's not in the team. Maybe Fred gets in the team. Fred nearly scored a free kick, by the way. If that went in, would have been mental, wouldn't it? So yeah, let us know what you're thinking in those comments below. I've put my 11 here. Now, I'm assuming because Martial trained today, he'll be available to start. But who really knows? Let me go. Right. There's my 11. Make that a bit smaller. There's my 11 for the derby. What do you lot think? Let me know in those comments below. Martial, if he's fit, Rashford, Anthony, Fred, Fernandez, Casemiro. You could also go, now hear me out, Casemiro, Eriksen, Fred, and Bruno on the right. You could do that, potentially. You could also, if Martial don't play, Rashford through the middle, Bruno on the left, Eriksen. Then you plug up that midfield a little bit. Martinez, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, De Gea. That's my 11 for this game. Let us know yours in the comments below. Sancho's not injured, Sharia. He has returned to some semblance of training at Carrington, although not full training. And the manager seems to be working with him. It's not disciplinary issues. I think it's just Sancho maybe has some personal issues that he needs to deal with, or maybe fitness. Who knows? But he's dealing with them. Eriksen is a bit of a luxury midfield player, says Sick. Ick. Throws a surprise with Sancho tomorrow, says Arkash. I can't see him coming back into a game and starting against City. Gamer Beans says De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Eriksen, Fred, Bruno, Rashford, and Garnacho. Yep, Garnacho would be a good player to start, especially if we get someone running at them, being direct. That could be a good place to go if Anthony Martial isn't starting. Do you see United winning 2 trophies this season, says Antrim? Let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. Yeah? Sherry House has started so well with Sancho. I think Sancho's going to be just fine. He'll be fine. These things happen in life. People have their ups and downs. He's got the right manager around him. He's at the right club. I can see good things for United and I can see good things for Sancho. So I'm not overly worried about that. So that's my predicted 11 for the City game. Those are my thoughts on Manchester United signing Wout Weghorst. That whilst I don't think it would be an ideal long-term signing or permanent signing, I think on a short-term basis, while the Glazers are looking to sell the club and maybe there's no money there at the moment whilst they're still here to buy a permanent striker, I think it's a good option to get. We need the numbers, simply. But also in terms of the style of play, although his time at Burnley wasn't great, I do think he could possibly still be handy. You look at what he's done everywhere else he's been pretty useful. You look at the numbers and the data and the stats side of things, he offered something in terms of his pressing and stuff, and that will be good for Ten Hag and what Ten Hag wants to do, and hopefully that will facilitate for the likes of Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, Anthony, Sancho, etc., etc. So all in all, I think it's a decent bit of business considering the circumstances, and I'm happy to take one of these transfer windows on the chin, another one of these transfer windows on the chin, if it means the Glazers are getting the fudge out of here. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Fingers crossed for tomorrow. I'm heading to the game. Cannot wait. I have my reaction up as well. I'll record my reaction outside the ground and then I'll have it up for you lot hopefully ASAP, depending on my 5G signal. So keep it like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be back very, very soon. Until then, see you in a bit.